I believe the problem we have is we all think we're the smart ones. Okay? The right thinks they're the smart ones. The left thinks they're the smart ones. But the truth is, we're both dumb as a box of rocks. We are easily manipulated. We're naive. We are emotional creatures that sort of think sometimes. We go around validating our beliefs. We're just looking for things that validate our beliefs. We don't know how to accurately assess things because we're so emotional. And so we really have to be aware that we are easily duped. All of us. And especially the people with higher educations. The people with higher educations have been told their entire lives how smart they are. And so they just walk around being like, I'm not going to be duped. I'm not going to fall prey to manipulation by the media. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. As soon as you start feeling anything, you're being manipulated. If the words Donald Trump make you angry, you are now not thinking clearly. If the words Hunter Biden and Hillary's emails make you angry, you're not thinking clearly. Okay? Those things by themselves have no meaning other than how we have been told to think about them. Okay? We must be aware of how powerful the psychological manipulation of the economic machine is. They are obsessed with making money, like so much money. They want all the money. They want it all. That's what's fun for them, is getting all the money. Okay? I honestly don't even understand it. I don't understand why they can't come up with anything else other than give me all the money. It's just this weird, grotesque game for them. And maybe it's because they're so bored. Do you remember the game, the show Squid Games? I love that. The old rich man who, turns out he was in the game, but it turns out he was actually part of the people that was organizing it. He said that the thing that super rich people and super poor people have in common is that life isn't fun anymore. Something like that. I think that's pretty much the right quote. You just run out of things that are fun because you have everything. There's nothing else to do. And so you're like, well, I guess I'm just going to obsess about I want to be the first trillionaire, right? Like that's their thinking. Who's going to be the first trillionaire? Okay. Anthony says, okay, now what have I done? Okay, this needs to go away. That is leaving. Okay. Anthony says, Sage, what you're speaking of is the Dunning-Kruger effect. All right, let's go look at it. Let's go look it up. Never heard of it. I love this. See, this is the beauty of social media. The Dunning-Kruger effect occurs when a person's lack of knowledge or skills in a certain area causes them to overestimate their own competence. By contrast, this effect also causes those who excel in a given area to think the task is simple for everyone and underestimate their relative abilities. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, and here's a picture of it. So let's see. Can I open this image in a new tab? Okay. Confidence, incompetence, hubris. I know it already. I know it already. That's cool. And then I was wrong. This is really harder than I thought. Competence is okay. I start to get it now. I think I'm really understanding this, but it's hard. And then expert, I feel I'm in flow with the subject. Very interesting. Okay. So, like, for example, you take economics. You take economics and you realize that, like, these people that are the economic experts get it wrong all the time. Michael says the facts are Democrats and Republicans sit around figuring out what news they want you to see before feeding it to the news that caters to their base. Right. The government controls our news, and they've been showing us for decades we can't trust them. This is the truth. What Michael is saying, and it's incredibly important to realize that your group isn't the right group. They're the same group. Okay? We must know, and Anthony says it here too, the Dems and the Republicans are the same people. You're being tricked. Yes. So, no. Okay, I gotta get rid of this. I gotta delete this now because otherwise I'm going, okay, remove. Yes, remove. And I gotta remove this. Remove. This chat thing is the death of me. Okay, and then I have to make sure I'm gonna remove it from here too. Ugh. Okay, oh man, that's terrible. So we must realize that our group is not the better group. We're so inclined, and the more right or left we become, the more likely it is we are to think that our group is the right group and the other group is the wrong group. The more extreme to the right or left we become, the more close-minded we become. Okay? You just start believing what your news people are telling you. Like the thing that really bothered me, like maybe the thing that, I mean, a lot of things bother me about Joe Biden, but the fact that he overrode that train strike at Christmas. And I'm having liberal friends being like, well, they're literally saying this to me. They're regurgitating what the news told them. Well, we couldn't have a strike at Christmas. It was too hard on the economy. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're just chanting the things that the New York Times and CNN had been telling them. Anthony says, old Native American saying, the left wing and the right wing are the same bird, don't be fooled. That's beautiful. We must understand this. And the reason that we know this is true, because we know what the real problems are. Income inequality, housing is too expensive, we can't afford to go to doctors, our jobs don't pay a livable wage, okay? We know what the problems are. What the conservatives are feeding their base is trans people are grooming your kids. And women are killing babies. You see? That's exactly right. So, oh my God. Anthony says Biden wrote the 3 strict laws and destroyed thousands and hundreds of thousands of families. Yes, the 3 strikes law. That's exactly right. He destroyed particularly black lives. And now black voters are voting for him. I think that's sort of changing. But how do you vote for Joe Biden, who screwed you so badly under Barack Obama, the black president, and you just vote for him again? You're being duped. You're being duped. So conservatives are like, hey, it's the trans people. It's these evil women. And then on the left, then we're like, the environment. It's all the environment. The environment's the most important thing. We're going to all die. Or we don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. When the problems are, we can't afford to go to the doctor or live in America. Because both parties sold our jobs to now our existential enemy, apparently, China. We gave all our jobs to China, who now we hate. They both did it. And they're going to keep doing it as long as it benefits them. Michael says, I don't want the government in my bedroom, my religious peace, or my boardroom. People have gotten too comfortable with the government overreach. This is true. This is true. Somebody wrote a nice thing about me, like a testimonial or whatever, you know, when they're running for office. What do you call those? An endorsement. He said, Sage Lewis is Donald Trump without the racism and Jimmy Carter without the meekness. I'm like, that's so awesome. We need to understand, I don't know what happened to the conservatives. They used to be the don't tread on me people. Oh, was that you, Michael? Thank you, Michael. Thank you, sir. I love that. I read it a lot. But it turns out that the conservatives just don't want you to tread on their stuff. They're not some great libertarian populist movement. I believe they're pseudo-libertarians. They just want you to not tread on their stuff. I have really worked on being a true populist. Look, if you want to hate black people and gay people, that's your business. Now, Luke says we need more small government republics, banning books, outlawing drug, and mucking up the anti-trans. Yes, this is the problem. I don't care if you hate gay people, black people, Asian people. That's your right. And you can go and wave that flag all you want. But when you then come and take that and then legislate that hate, now we got a problem. And this comes right back to power corrupting people. I don't believe for a minute until this country gets away from the two-party system, we're screwed. Yes. I believe what we have to do is we have to push the right farther right, the left farther left, and then the middle will get so upset that they'll create a new party. That's my plan. I'm pushing as far left as I can go. So far left, it's practically right. Look, I want you to be able to pray anywhere you want to pray. Go pray and love Jesus. Love your religion that hates the fags, hates the gays, hates women. You just go and do that. But you stay the fuck out of my life. You stay out of my life. Okay? You don't tell me how to pray. Luke says the two-party system has been around since Martin Van Buren. He created and couldn't overcome it. However, a new third party. Now is the time for it. Yes, Luke Linden. Now is the time. Now is the time. Yes. If you want to pray at city council, I will be praying too. And I will be praying the, let's see, what is it? The Satanic Temple prayer. I think it's what they call it. Let's see. Let's see. Los Angeles Times. Satanist offers his own prayer. Okay. If you want to do this, then I'm going to do it. Let's see here. Let's find it. I am going to pray this prayer every time. Okay. Oh, wait. This is not. No. Wait, is this it? No, this is not it. I don't. This is not. No. Anyways, I don't have it in front of me. But look, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. Okay? Dems and Republicans blocked ballot access and debate access anytime a third party gains momentum and people allow it. Yes, that's right. The most dangerous people in America are the Republicans and the Democrats. They crushed Bernie Sanders, and they will crush anyone who does not toe their party line. Okay? We have to be aware of this. We have to realize.
This story is so high school. It's the plot of Mean Girls. Here's how.
I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Listen to this.
Capitalism versus socialism. And the way we're talking about it is so childish. It's like we're having a high school level conversation. So I want to introduce into your thinking a far more sophisticated understanding of what all that means. First of all, when Bernie Sanders, for instance, talks about democratic socialism, he's not talking about Cuba. He's not talking about Venezuela. He's talking about the Scandinavian countries in Europe, which are socialist countries, but they're plenty democratic.
All right. In some
cases, they're democratic.
Do you guys know this woman? This is Marianne. Okay, she's running for.
You want to be president?
I want to be president because this country needs to make an economic U-turn, and the system that effectuates and perpetuates that kind of income and opportunity inequality is not changing itself. It tweaks itself every once in a while. There's some incremental change, but the devastation, the ubiquitous economic despair and human devastation that is produced by this sociopathic economic system is not changing. And it's not going to change if we continue to elect the same old same.
You have been called, I think it was the Associated Press, that you are the longest of long shots. Why do you think?
Okay, see, look what they're doing to her. This is a guy that is already sidelining her. A white man in the power seat is just, the whole thing is bad-mouthing Marianne Williamson.
You can do this.
I would bet that the Associated Press also said that Hillary Clinton was a shoo-in. I'm sure that they would have
I don't know if they would have used that language.
I don't know if they used that language.
Maybe not, but that system, you know exactly what I'm saying. So the system that is now saying that I'm unserious, I'm not credible, or I'm a long shot, is the very system that protects and maintains this idea that only those whose careers have been entrenched within the system that drove us into a ditch should possibly be considered qualified to lead us out of that ditch.
And this is it. It's being propagated by this guy, by all the major media, because they're not going to let this woman win because she's too much of a risk.
My qualification is not that I know how to perpetuate that system. My qualification is that I know how to disrupt it. And that is what we need.
Disrupt it how?
Oh, well.
I mean, he's so condescending. This guy is an ass.
The first thing you can do is you can cancel all college loan debt. You can make sure.
Biden just tried that, and then the court stopped him.
He tried, yes, and some people think if he had just canceled the entire thing, and he had done it immediately, that would not have given his opponents the opportunity to wage the kind of battle against that it has.
But there are rules of how you can accomplish things, and you do have to work through Congress. I mean, we don't have a dictator.
See, it's this reality instructor. I mean, there's rules. There's things you have to do. I mean, come on, Marianne. I mean, are you really a serious candidate?
Things that the president can do without working through Congress. I don't see myself as running against Joe Biden. I see this campaign as challenging a system. But this administration has given more.
But you do have to beat Biden, too. I mean,
well, yes.
I mean, you do have to beat Biden, and we know that's not going to happen if I have anything to say to it.
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, God, I hate this guy.
Pointing out, not with any kind of negativity on a personal level. I have no interest in taking pot shots on any personal level to this president. He's a nice man.
Well, let me ask you, because you endorsed Bernie Sanders when you got out of the race.
I sure did.
You've called Elizabeth Warren. I think you said she was a legend. I mean,
she is. I love those people.
Both of them have said that Biden deserves re-election.
Well, that's their
See, I mean, come on, Marianne, don't be silly. You're being silly, Marianne.
opinion. And this is the thing.
Are they wrong? So they're wrong?
No, it's not about, no. This is a democracy. This is not about what I think.
This woman is saying really common sense stuff. And this guy's just bashing her. He's just bashing her because they can't allow this to happen. Michael says the Dems and Republicans block ballot access and debate access anytime a third party gain momentum and people allow it. Anthony says we don't need all the religions. We can cut all their problems they make in government. We just need God. The rest can shut up and sit down. Jane says they have the money, sadly, and politics is expensive. Anthony says, I'm a minister and pray for us every day. Sage, I got y'all covered. Good job. Thank you. Jane says, yep. And then Jane says, I got that on a local level. Yeah. So that's what Jane's saying is, come on, don't be silly. And that's, Jane is leading right into this. This is how the rational people, the adults, think whether you're running for president or you're running for city council. Well, come on. I mean, of course we want, who doesn't want to relieve all college debt? But that's not reasonable. Come on. We need to be reasonable here. And what is happening is it's the media that is feeding you that bullshit. The truth is unimportant to them. Yes, that's right. It doesn't matter because the media is winning. They have a money interest in not letting this person win. They are propagating the mainstream message of you're going to either be voting for Joe Biden or some other Republican that we will determine in the near future. And, so there it is. And then Jane says, our city government is a culture of liars. And it all comes down to this fact that people think they're super smart, and they're being rational is actually them being brainwashed, that we can't take care of the people in America. Well, I mean, come on, Sage. Of course, Jayland Walker's murderers, those 8 police that shot at him 90 times and hit him 46 times, I mean, come on. Of course they can't go to jail. I mean, that would really disrupt the entire system. I mean, police wouldn't feel like they could police, right? I mean, we can't have that. I mean, of course it's tragic. I mean, thoughts and prayers to the Walker family. I mean, thoughts and prayers, of course that. But we can't convict those police officers. We need them. I mean, it's just an unfortunate situation. We can't do anything about it. And that is how we scaffold through America, from the local level all the way to the national level. And then they feed in the hate of, well, racists are gonna take over America, or these libtards are gonna take away all our jobs. No, the Republicans and Democrats took away all your jobs, dumbass. It's not the libtards, it's the Republicans. They both did it. The Republicans and the Democrats threw all the black people in jail and took all our jobs. And now the biggest job in America is trucking. And the minute it is safe for computers to drive those trucks, done. No more trucking. Guaranteed. And the government is going to support it. It's going to support it. Have you watched the Tucker Carlson on the truck drivers? Let me see if I can find that. Tucker Carlson on truck drivers. Let me see if I can find this video. Let me see if I can find the video. No, darn it. I can't. Tucker Carlson. There was this video where Tucker Carlson and what was that guy? And who interview? Let me see. Tucker Carlson. Oh, I can't remember. Darn it. Man, it would be so nice if I would plan ahead. Anyways, so, Jane says, Yang used to go on about the truckers and automation. Yeah. Basically what Tucker Carlson said, he said, if I was president, I would come up with a law that said it is too dangerous to let computers drive trucks. Because he knows what an important job trucking is for many men in America. Tucker Carlson said it. We gotta realize that we're being duped by the media. Both sides. We have to understand this. If we do not take that into account, if we do not accept the fact that we are being brainwashed, all of us, in very subtle, very nuanced, very sophisticated ways, we will continually be slaves to these global corporate interests. They are the ones putting out the message. And the minute a new message comes on board, like TikTok, they shut it down. Or they badmouth it. They call it dangerous. We have to be more aware. We have to be smarter than this. Your enemy is not a libtard or a white racist. Your enemy is a global corporate power that elects Democrats or Republicans in America. They elect those people. It's the corporate power. They are the pulling all the strings. The lobbyists and the corporations are pushing out the message, are pushing out the politicians. They are forcing us to pick between two terrible choices constantly. It's too much of a risk to have a third party. The corporations will fight it every step of the way. And we know that a third party is the key to our salvation as people. We need a third party in America. We need it. We need it. We need it. We can't be afraid anymore, people. We can't be scared little squirrels running around, holding on to our little nuts, being like, well, I can't just stand up. I can't say those things. I can't say these things because I could lose my job. Look, people are dying. Yeah, so this French thing not I don't think it's on national news. I don't watch national news, but I'm telling you, they're burying it, Jane. They are burying this revolution that is going on. Let's go back over here. Watch some of this. Let me see. It's amazing what is going on in France. Like right now. Why does my... Well, let's do this. I don't know why my search isn't working. Okay. Here, let's look
Over
at this.
1 million people in France hit the streets on day one of a nationwide strike. Union organizers are calling it the largest protest in 40 years. This is the 6th general strike in France this year against Emmanuel Macron's deeply unpopular pension reform.
Ooh, look at those
which would
tires.
raise the retirement age from 62 to 64 years old.
I literally saw some firemen stopping putting out fires and walking with the protesters.
Right now, nearly 1 million people are in the streets of France protesting the cuts that the government is making to their social security as well as to their pensions. And as this is happening, the president of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, he went on TV to try and persuade the citizens to stop protesting and to accept the cuts to their pensions. But notice, partway through the speech, Mr. Macron suddenly realized that he was wearing an expensive luxury watch. And so, he proceeds to put his hand underneath the table and remove his watch during the interview. I repeat, while asking the citizens of France to sacrifice for the country and accept cuts to their social security, Macron put his hand underneath the table and took off his luxury watch, hoping that nobody would notice. But unfortunately for him, people did. Now let me ask you, with or without a watch, do you think that Macron looks more like the common man or an out-of-touch elite? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more.
The out-of-touch elite, man. We have to. And then, did we talk about this? This is at the BlackRock head office in Paris. The French are getting it. We need to get it too. We need to wake up, America. We need to be brave. We need to fight, because even if you're getting by, even if you're like, well, my lights are on, my food is okay, you're doing that at the expense of people who are losing their homes, going homeless, not being able to afford medical attention, are losing their jobs to automation and other countries, who are getting locked up because they have a mental illness we call addiction. You have to realize that you are culpable if you don't stand up because you got yours. And in a way, it makes you worse because you, that's right. In France, they won't shoot you, which is also a very important thing. I mean, they are using tear gas and that sort of stuff. I don't know. I mean, when the Jalen Walker protests happen in the next week or so in Akron, they're not going to shoot us with real bullets probably, but they will shoot the fuck out of us with tear gas, you know? And they do that in France. We have to stop being afraid. We have to stand up for our brothers and sisters of America that are being betrayed and annihilated by global corporate interests. It's not just. The land of the free, the home of the brave. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one justice, one nation under God, with justice and liberty for all. Do you say it? Do you say it with justice and liberty for all? Well, then, if you say it, live it. Stand up. Wake up. The very least, vote. People, I love you. I'll see you later. Bye.